Yeah, that's all. Here we go. Now we have a chance to pick up our European, our overseas drivers, because in this next race we have drivers from Belgium, Kai Rillarts. He'll be starting on the inside of row number 7. We've got Zsombor Kovacs from Hungary starting on the inside of row number 8. We've got Austin Lee from the United States, but also based in Germany now. He's starting down on the 13th row of the grid. So a lot of the drivers from Craft Motorsport that came over here, they're in this next race. Let's have a look at the starting lineup, which is coming up very shortly. It's race 22, Senior Rotax pre-final. What do I do now? Right, here we go. We're about to see the starting lineup. 34 drivers strong. Kai Hunter. He's won this O Plate twice in senior, once in junior. Could he make it a fourth? He led every lap of both his races yesterday. Gus Lawrence, the defending senior X30 British champion, starts alongside him on row number 1. Matthew Higgins, former junior O Plate winner. He starts on the inside of row number 2. Morgan Porter, former British champion, starts on the outside of row number 2. Guy Cunnington, a 2019 British champion, starts on the inside of row number 3. And Lucas Ellingham for the Jack Dex Racing team, the only driver starting in the top 6 who's not a current or former British champion. He's in P6.
Yes, indeed. Sam Gorner, who came 6th in the championship last year, he starts on the 4th row of the grid with David Arlejan alongside Leo Brown and Spencer Burham. Lewis Gilbert and Tristan Rennie round out the top 6.
Then it's Kai Rillarts, Neil Clark, Zsombor Kovacs, Pearson Bullock Carter, Jack Steadman and Jamie Perilli.
Further down in the order, Lucas Pinot, Leon Henderson, George Hunter and George Holbrook, Samuel Baker and James Jackson round out the top 12 rows, rounding out the top 24.
Sam Longley, Austin Lee, Jack Collins, Brandon Nagelvort, James Alexander Acton, Alexander Adams Acton, AAA, and then Thomas Pryor.
Further back in the order, the 4 that came through, Teddy Pritchard-Williams, Ben Folland, Reece Lomax and Jude Fernahoe round out the 34 kart grid. They make their way round the circuit, and here they are at the final corner. Look at that. Blinken would have missed him.
Good formation. Kai Hunter has led every... excuse me, is a cough as we start.
I'll take over if you want to sort yourself out, Henry. Yeah, good start then from senior through turn 1. Brilliant start then as they go through, but it wasn't there, and that was that Spencer Burham.
It looked like a CRG. We'll see that. I mean, that is well and truly up the bank, and I'm looking, and it was a CRG that is missing now. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it is.
And sadly, Spencer Brown is out of the race. Well, the leaders, Kai Hunter, Gus Lawrence, Matthew Higgins. Higgins up in the second. And that is the number 3 kart of Guy Cunnington. We usually see Guy in the Strawberry Racing colours, but now obviously racing for his own team. So Guy is the only owner driver in the paddock. We'll try and keep you up to date where our Zsombor Kovacs up to 14th place. Lucas Pernot up to 17th. Kai Rillarts has dropped to 20th. And Austin Lee is up to 25th.
Well, nice little train forming at the front here. DHR versus Strawberry versus Guy Cunnington Racing. Not a new team, 3rd year.
New to this particular paddock.
This paddock, yes.
Matthew Higgins, who has got a great career beckoning in the United States. He is going to be doing some, I think, Formula 4 racing out there. Oh, yellow flags waving in the background. Somebody has left the prepared surface. I went to see Lucas Ellingham now tried to hang on for dear life in the top 6. There is one of the Craft Motorsport cars. Great new livery for the Craft Motorsport team. And you see the Lewis Gilbert and the Gilbert family, you know, the Potenza Racing Engines team, they've now sort of they formed Craft Motorsport, which was running out in Germany.
Oh,
and
nice
there's
dive.
a move. So for the first time all weekend, Kai Hunter does not lead in senior Rotax, and it is Guy Cunnington, owner-driver. Guy Cunnington leading the way.
They come into a yellow flag sector, so they won't be able to overtake through this corner.
There's wagon barrier, and that was like Kai Rillarts.
It was,
Oh dear, so the vice-European champion, and there's the number 58 kart, taking an all might of Gus Lawrence, taking a right old little chew out of the rear end of Matthew Higgins' kart. Lawrence there backing out of it. Lawrence, again, he's done a bit of Rotax racing this year. He finished 3rd in the Dubai O-Plate.
Yep. And down the inside, here comes Kai Hunter, last year's runner-up in the British Cup Championship, and that gets spits
Gornall.
out. Sam Gornall, and he falls down the order. Again, he won't be happy with that one. Not sure how that happened. Was it a little bit of 2 into 1? Didn't go, but he will not be happy with that one. Hunter now up into 3rd place, looking like he was going for 2nd there at just that moment. But Guy Cunnington has started to break away. Nearly 0.8 of a second he's clear by from the rest of this field. Let's look at that shot. The commitment they've got as they go into the boot section.
Yes, and there you can see Lewis Gilbert, the leading Craft Motorsport driver, now moving into 7th position. So the order is Cunnington leading by nearly a full second. Then this amazing battle for 2nd place. Higgins, no. Make that Hunter into P2. Lawrence into P3, or is he? No. Hunter still 3rd. Lawrence 4th, wheel to wheel for 5th position. That was Gilbert up the inside of Ellingham. Yep, Gilbert up the inside of Ellingham. Porter also in the mix, followed by Neo Clark, graduating out of juniors. He is there in 8th place. Then it's Tristan Rennie and Zombor Kovacs, the 6th-time Hungarian champion. He's a Central European champion. He finished 2nd to Mark Kimber in the 2016 Junior Rotax Grand Finals. He is in kart number 71, the Hungarian driver, and he is showing his class. He is ahead of Leon Henderson, Jamie Perilli, Pearson Bullock Carter, David Olejna, Teddy Pritchard Williams from 31st to 15th. Super Ted's on a mission, and there's Gilbert and Higgins almost wheel to wheel. Ellingham now into P4. Lucas Ellingham, that MS car for Lucas Ellingham is really doing very well. It knows this track well.
Off the track.
That looks like Olejna grass tracking it. The number 40 car. No, it's Jamie Perilli.
It is, yeah. Jamie Perilli, new to Strawberry this year, isn't he?
6 years at Project 1 and has now moved over to Strawberry. And that was the Thule Motorsport car. That was Neo Clark getting it right. Zombor Kovacs saying yesterday that he was getting used to just how aggressive this event is, and Zombor get first-hand knowledge. Now let's have a little look back. Teddy Pritchard Williams, he's not only coming up there, he's catching this group, and this group is in 6th position. This is the battle for 6th place. Gilbert, the number 29 cart, has it.
What a lunge that was from Tristan Rennie into Ashby. Completely loaded it under braking and sideways, and amazingly still made the corner. Brilliant driving.
Yes, now there is Higgins and Hunter 2nd and 3rd. Lawrence is 4th in the Project 1 colours. Then it's Ellingham 5th and Higgins in 6th position. In fact, Guy Cunnington's lead was a second. It's now nothing. Here's Kai Hunter. Hunter around the outside of Christmas Corner. He's going to try and get Guy Cunnington offline as they come out of Inkermans down towards Ashby's. Guy Cunnington, the 3-plate, 3rd in last year's British Championship. Kai Hunter, last year's runner-up, and
that is Pritchard Williams on the outside.
That was Teddy Pritchard Williams, but I think Pritchard Williams may have had a problem. Yes.
Well, there's Alexander Adams Acton at the side of the track. He's walking around like something's gone wrong. Yeah,
we picked that up there because Pritchard Williams had just been off. Teddy Pritchard Williams had just driven up from 31st to 12th. And he's now going to drop back behind. He's dropping back to 18th position now, which is still a net gain of a considerable amount. George Hunter and Reese Lomax also dropping back. Lucas Perneau from Canada is in 26th position. Austin Lee, American-born, moved for 2nd place. Sorry.
Gus Lawrence through past Guy Cunnington, and that's another big change in this paddock. Gus Lawrence no longer with the PF International team. He's running in a Project 1 this weekend.
Yeah. Well, he's still got the PF International race suit on, and when we see X30 racing, I think we'll probably see him
back into that one. Right, okay. So with Rotax, he's repping with Project 1.
Yes.
But it's still a big change.
It's still a big change, but Gus Lawrence, I think he's an experienced driver. Have Wagon will race.
Yes.
Now, there's the 2nd and 3rd place. There's 4th and 5th place battle. Higgins in the 75 and Ellingham in the thing. Leo Brown up into 6th position now. Haven't mentioned him all race, and he is going to come into he's not going to come into our camera shot. He's running in P6. He is ahead of Morgan Porter and Lewis Gilbert and Leon Henderson and Neo Clark and Pearson Bullock Carter. So Jack's team have got 2 drivers in the top 11. He's the next kart in line. Now, we just saw a flash of him but really solid job for Leo Brown, keeping himself to himself. And he's picking up places because a lot of more celebrated drivers, shall we say, have raced their way out of contention, and he is racing his way into contention. Let's look back first. Zombor Kovacs has dropped back to 15th position, and Gilbert gets a 5-second penalty. So that's going to put, the Tunnocks Tea Cakes are not going to be flying in ecstasy at in the Craft Motorsport awning, with Gilbert getting a warning flag. We're getting a penalty. That's going to drop him back to, that could drop him back as far as 20th, just to go show how close this field is. Austin Lee down in 17th place. Teddy Pritchard-Williams 18th. Sam Gornall down to 19th place. Lucas Pernaut still runs 26th, and Kai Rillart sadly out of the race.
Yes, indeed. Down the inside, pulling out of the slipstream. Higgins down the inside on Cunnington, and Guy was quick at the first start, quick out the gates was Guy Cunnington, got to the lead pretty early on and now is just slowly eking down the order. Ellingham there, you can just see in the 99, staying just behind there, sussing the situation and just seeing where potentially could go for move. 1 minute remaining on the timer, and Hunter leading the way from Lawrence. Cunnington now who's down into P4. Higgins still there in P3 now as they go through. It's a nice little run here at the front, and the regulars as well. Can't
speak highly enough of Lucas Ellingham, the job that him and the Jack Dex Racing team are doing. You know, you've got different chassis. You've got the Dan Holland Racing entry, the Lando Norris cart. Then you've got the Project One chassis, and there is the MS cart and Jack Dex has been so loyal to the MS brands. And likewise, they've got a good product. And again, when you can set the cart up right, it shows just what you can do, competing with the very, very best in the country. Of course, in the UK, the top 4 finishers in last year's Rotax Grand Final, senior Rotax class, were British drivers. Callum Bradshaw, the British champion, won the Grand Finals. Bradshaw is now no longer a full-time driver. He's got his own driver coaching program. He said he will be out. Now, I think we'll probably see him at the likes of Kartmasters this year. I would, think that Bradshaw would be out there. The likes of Clayton Ravenscroft. See Clayton in the pits. A big hello to Steve and Vicky Ravenscroft. They're on holiday. I saw, I think, Steve Ravenscroft saying, for the first time in 16 years, me and the wife are going to an airport, and we're not going to a kart circuit at the other end.
Post. Yeah, I did see that post,
That's the commitment that all these families have.
Oh, there's a big coming together.
Oh, no, Leon Henderson, Teddy Pritchard-Williams, and I would say that was David Auleshner as well in that group.
In the 94.
Oh, and
no, it's Leon Henderson. Leon Henderson.
Auleshner in the number. Teddy Pritchard-Williams, he went from 31st up to 13th, then dropped back to 18th, then had moved back up to 15th, and he's now back to at least 25th. No, make that last, 28th. Austin Lee has also had a problem and dropped back. He's doing 26. So Pritchard-Williams is back to 29th. He still gained 2 positions. Up and down like a yo-yo, like Aston Villa's league form for Teddy Pritchard-Williams. So and that's a real shame. And of course, he's used a lot of his tyre to try and get up there as well. As the checkered flag waves, it is Kai Hunter who takes the victory from Gus Lawrence, Matthew Higgins, Lucas Ellingham, Kai Cunnington, Morgan Porter, Leo Brown in 7th place. Lewis Gilbert is 8th, but he'll take a penalty, and that will drop him back to the lower reach of the top 10. Neil Clark, Pearson Bullock Carter, Jamie Perilli, Sam Gornall, Zombor Kovacs, George Holbrook, Jude Ferneyhough, and Brandon Nagelvort, your top 16. Jack Stedman, Sam Baker, Ben Folland from the Repechage, and Sam Longley round out your top 20.
Yes, indeed. Well, that will be the starting order then for the final later on today. Stick with us if you are supporting anyone in Senior Rotax. That will be coming up after the lunch break. Of course, we come in for Nose Cone Watch. Dave Hillary checks. Kai Hunter is good. Gus Lawrence is good. Matthew Higgins is good. And crucially, Kai Cunnington there also good.
It'd be interesting to find the thoughts now of, because obviously we spoke to the Craft Motorsport team, and you'll see that in the paddock show, which will be showing during the lunch break here. So stay tuned, boys and girls. Obviously, Kai Rilatz, Zombel Kovacs, Mats Overhoff, and the Craft team, and also Lucas Pernaut, Austin Lee, talking about why they're coming to race in the UK.
Yeah,
and they want to race against the best. They want to get used to the style. Kovacs and Kai Rilatz, Craft Motorsport, will be doing the British Championship this year. So, which is great news, and it does elevate there. But of course, they were saying how different the style was in the UK to Europe, and how in Europe, because a lot of the times you've got to be smooth, and they were sort of saying it's really aggressive over here. That was just the heat racing, lads. That was just the heats, and wait till you see the action today in the pre-final. I think they all realise that yes, you have to have your elbows extremely sharp to contend for one of these races. And there's a look at some of the drivers that didn't finish that race, sadly.